The Danial Boone Backcountry Byway is a moderately difficult, high-clearance route designed for licensed, street-legal vehicles. It was created for anyone in a capable four-wheel drive to be able to access the beauty of eastern Kentucky. The original trails concentrated around the Red River Gorge in Wolfe and Powell counties. In 2021, they expanded to cover parts of Menifee, Estill, and Lee counties. In the spring of 2023, they're planning their largest expansion yet, and we were fortunate enough to be chosen to get the exclusive sneak peek and share with you guys what you can expect for the Furnace expansion.
We don't need a destination, let's go where the river's taking us.
The Furnace Loop expansion is going to be well over 200 miles in length. It's going to provide some incredible trails, but more than that, it's going to share with you some of the history and heritage of southeastern Kentucky. We met with the folks from the Byway early one morning just outside of Clay City, Kentucky. From this point, we would spend the next 3 days exploring this amazing extension. There are so many miles and so many things to see on this expansion that instead of doing a base camp or going out and checking the things out for a day, we turned it into an overlanding event. That's one of the coolest things about this new expansion is you can actually camp along the trail. Today we're following Luke, who will be our guide as we explore the expansion. He was telling us that today would mostly be scenic trails with a lot of history. The name of the loop that we're following today is the Furnace Expansion Loop. Now, this loop can be a little bit of everything. Don't let it fool you into thinking it's just scenic. It can be as mild or as wild as you want to make it. In this particular section of the trail, there's a lot of old homesteads and old structures to be checked out. In addition to the old homesteads, the rock formations in this area are incredible. It wasn't long before we made it to the historic site of Cottage Furnace. The gate was closed, so we all decided to take a hike and check it out. This furnace operated from 1856 to 1879, and it represents the first hot blast system in the region. One record indicates that this furnace made 725 tons of pig iron in just 18 weeks. The furnace was shut down in mid-production, leaving a solidified mass in the stack that still remains today, shortly after the death of an owner's son. Not far from the cottage furnace along Henry Mountain Road, we made another stop, and this time it was to explore a waterfall and a cave. After spending quite a bit of time checking out the cave and the waterfall, it was time to get on the trail again. It was getting a little bit later in the day, but Luke said he had one more special sight for us. And special it was. It was the completely reconstructed Fitchburg furnace. The Fitchburg furnace was constructed in 1868 and celebrated its first blast in 1870. It was part of the Red River Iron Manufacturing Company. It is unique because its owners utilized new technology, developing a hot blast furnace that used boilers to build up gas pressure for higher temperatures. Not only is the Fitchburg the world's largest dual-stack furnace, it was also the last charcoal iron smelting furnace built in America. Standing 81 feet tall, this furnace is considered the largest charcoal furnace in the world, and its intricate design places it among the top 25 dry stone masonry structures worldwide. We thought this was going to be the last sight of the day, but Luke had one more bonus in his pocket, and he was going to be taking us to the cemetery where some of the descendants of Danial Boone were at their final resting place. We made our way to an overlook near Brushy Mountain where we had set up camp for the night.
Like them apples.
The next morning we woke up to drastically different weather. It was 80 yesterday. Today it was wet and cold, and the high was only supposed to be around 50. In typical Coddiwomple fashion, we wasn't going to let a little bit of rain dampen our spirits. We still had trails to explore. Today we will be continuing our way south along some of the more scenic trails with Luke. Another part of the group split off to go check out some of the more difficult and challenging sections of the trail. We didn't really know what to expect about the more challenging trails, and while we had Justin and Michelle with Misplaced Overland with us and they had a trailer, we wanted to play it a little more safe this time. Rest assured, we will definitely be coming back to hit these more difficult trails. Make sure to hang out later in the video when you'll get a full rundown of what they encountered. Although part of both days were on blacktop, the scenery around was still really incredible.
The creek cut in S's.
Yeah.
So there's a sign down here. You'll see it. They just took this whole, all the houses and everything out of here and dug that in like that, and they're doing a trout hatchery, and you're gonna be able to fish down here.
we're all about stopping at local restaurants and getting something to eat. This one's no different, and Mama D's is definitely a must stop.
Famous Mama D's. We had to stop and have a burger. And I may not be able to walk out of here.
So this is the regular,
And this is the bacon cheeseburger, right?
and this is the bacon
Look
cheese.
at the bacon hanging up in it.
And this would be the Mama D Famous Angus.
Yeah. I'm going to need help with that famous Angus.
That's Mama D.
Are you Mama D? Hi, Mama D. Thank you. After getting our bellies stuffed at Mama D's, it was back out to explore some more. We ended up meeting the others at Turkey Foot Campground, and this is where we would get to hear about their incredible day. It looked and sounded like they had quite the adventure, and we can't wait to get out and explore those trails. The weather had sure changed, but our appetite hadn't. Even though we had had Mama D's burgers, we were still anticipating what was getting ready to be thrown on the grill.
Oh, that's good.
We don't play any games.
We got to hang out with some great people to explore the new Furnace expansion, and we're excited to have the privilege to announce the debut of the Furnace expansion loop. Check out the ridethedbb.org website for their upcoming event, which will include an overlanding experience along this very route.